Me.
Me.
Michael C.
Michael C.
Patreon and Glenn. You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole, and Michael C., thank you so much for your Patreon membership request and for bringing back the band Dark Fortress down our rabbit hole. And the song today, though, is Ylem.
Thank you so much, Michael C., for bringing Ylem down the rabbit hole. I can't wait to see what Dark Fortress has in store for us.
You know what I want to do when I say Ylem? Ylem. Michael, thank you so much for giving us a write-up about this song, because this is actually the second time that this band has come down. The first song that we did do was Chrysalis back in October, so that's a long time ago. So this is what you got for a write-up for this song, though, Ylem. This is a hypothetical original substance or condensed state of matter, which became subatomic particles and elements as are understood today. Did not think that's what Ylem meant. The term was used by George Gamow, his student Ralph Alpher, and their associates in the late 1940s, having resuscitated it from Middle English after Alpher found it in Webster's Second Dictionary, where it was defined as the first substance from which the elements were supposed to have been formed.
Interesting.
Wow, like the pre-matter. In modern understanding, that Ylem, as described by Gamow, was the primordial plasma formed in baryogenesis, which underwent Big Bang nucleosynthesis and was opaque to radiation. Recombination of the charged plasma into neutral atoms made the universe transparent at the age of 380,000 years. And the radiation release is still observable as cosmic microwave background radiation.
So wow. It's dark matter.
Dark matter, yeah. One of the reasons I love Dark Fortress is that they are incredibly gifted with language. Apparently I'm not today. They teach me things about English that I didn't know before. Yeah. And it's not even their first language. Your grasping of the darker implications of a chrysalis is another example of that. This song seems to be about the destruction and decay of the universe, which began violently and has been heading piecemeal towards oblivion ever since. I can't find a lyric video, so I've settled for the music video, and we'll send you the lyrics to see what you can make of them. They're in English, but growling vocals are difficult to understand. Thank you so much for giving us the lyrics as well. We'll check that out before we do the song here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Michael C. I am very intrigued by Ylem and what this is about, because I love dark matter and science and all the hypothetical physics. So I can't wait to get into this.
Sounds like Entropy, y'all.
Yeah, literally Entropy. Michael C., thank you so much for bringing Dark Fortress back down the rabbit hole, and thank you for that amazing write-up of what Ylem is, what the word means, because it's really intrigued both of us
big time.
On what this song's going to be about, especially how that they're going to put this together, because the last song they did, Chrysalis, was very well done, even with their visuals with the music video, so I'm really curious to see how their creativity is expressed in this one as well. If you guys are really excited to see how Ylem is played out with this song, if you haven't seen Dark Fortress before, if you haven't seen Dark Fortress before, let us know in the comment section below what some of your favorite songs are from this band. And without further ado, like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, because I can't wait to get into Dark Fortress Ylem.
Michael C., thank you so much for giving us a different band as well. We were loving the Moon Sorrow, but it's also nice to get something different from you as well, to see what other type of bands you love. And we definitely remember the first Dark Fortress song that you did give us, so we're very excited to come back to this. The thumbnail for this song looked very creepy, very like Entropy was already happening to that man living, so that's terrifying. And even just the image of this screen right now looks very eerie too, so I'm very excited to get into this darkness. Are you ready for the darkness?
I'm ready for the darkness.
All right. No! Interesting effects. And we read the lyrics. incredible. I love the power. Two guitarists are slaying. Oh, look at that guy. I'm so glad to see that. Oh my god. I love his look. Tempo switch.
Oh, did you see his back?
That felt primordial, didn't it? Oh!
Wow.
Oh my god. Those riffs were just going the whole time, but those lyrics and the images were the most powerful part of that whole experience. I don't know for you.
Absolutely. That, like, because I read the lyrics before going
That
into
really
it,
helps.
it
So thank
really
you, Michael.
helped to really follow along with the story and everything that was happening.
Yeah.
This song, like you said, the guitar riffs were just going in this, and like they had so many amazing change ups as well that it's like there was no space to pause, because within pausing this song, it would break the flow
No
of how good
kidding.
the story was and where the music was going with it.
Yeah, like for me, entropy is such a thing I always
Mm-hmm.
talk about with people, because I believe as humans we're some of the people that actually
Mm-hmm.
can attack that stuff. Like we're people that do controlled fires to destroy things that are already dead to grow new stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what the whole thing is, like this whole rebirth thing where the Big Bang kind of like shoots the energy into existence, but then eventually all corrodes and goes back, and it's almost like
A repeating,
it's a
recycling.
repeating thing,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, because like where we grow up in BC, like the forest, there are aspects of the forest that it has to burn, because if it doesn't burn, then you won't put more nitrates into the ground with the rain and everything else that happens to be able to then redevelop the soil for a new forest to grow.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what this is going on with Entropy. Like the lyric is
The grand corrosion.
bring about the grand corrosion, bring about the grand necrosis, and
What's
as
that
well.
mean?
So like necrosis is like when you're
Like coming
like
out of the shell?
no, when you're literally like rotting, like
Ooh, okay.
like the grand necrosis, that is the entropy. That's when you're rotting, when everything is
okay.
like those types of I don't know the actual term for it right now, but yeah.
Rigor mortis or
No, so the necrosis is specific, it's entropy, but specific to like to living organisms and cells. So like when something like the necrosis of a living thing, so when he's saying to bring about the grand necrosis and to burn him by primordial fire, he's literally saying to bring about this entropy into the world and into the universe, to then bring everything out at the cellular level. But then he's also saying that the atoms of these cells will remember.
totally right.
Which
Yeah.
is also really interesting, because that starts to get into what's it called, epigenetics and things like that, where our cells remember the past. And
This
like
kind of reminds me
histories.
of like the line where the earth mourns with what we've done to it, and even just like what it's going through as well. So the cells of
Absolutely.
everything is going to remember what we've gone through, and whatever does continue on.
Whether it's 380,000 million years ago, or it's in the future,
Yeah.
or whatever it is.
It's really cool because Ylem, there's like a name for that in so many different like cultures and all that too. So like there's a primordial force is essentially that's what like Star
Yeah.
Wars even talks about and all that.
Absolutely, it does. Star Wars talks about the forest, even in like ancient Chinese history. They talk about like the one main element that's like Ylem, but I'm not sure what they call it. That is the matter that everything
Right.
is created from, and every other element comes from. So like this is something that's talked about in all kinds of histories. But then it's really cool that they brought Ylem out specifically from Old English, especially with them not being English speaking bands.
Was it as dark the first one?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, and like because it's been since October, and I have not listened to that song since the first time. This one hit me even harder, and it like even shocked me a little bit with the images.
Yeah.
You're so much better at taking in those kind of darker growls with the darker images, in my opinion, too, which I always appreciate with you too, because then you kind of take it in a little different way than I do too, where then I really focus on the music because of that aspect, and then I get kind of almost terrified of what's being said.
I've been so intrigued by the darkness my entire life.
yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie, at 13 years old, Let the Bodies Hit the Floor was like my jam. So
Well, that's one thing. This is a different thing.
but like I really love all this dark stuff and all the esoteric knowledge that comes behind it.
I
That
love
is
facts. Yes.
so like, and even
It's a lot
the
of fun.
myth behind it that is mixed within reality, and how it
Yeah.
kind of comes to a light, because these songs, especially with this really heavy, really dark metal, they have a way of bringing up conversations about these things
They
that are
sure
almost
do.
forgotten to history, like Ylem
Yeah.
itself was a forgotten to
Especially from the
history
western
thing.
side where we're from. Maybe it's a little more
Absolutely.
prominent over in the east side. But
Something I've noticed is people, especially not from the West, but people from Europe and other places, when they learn English or have been learning English their whole life as like a secondary language, they tend to know the language a lot better than we do out here in the
yeah,
West.
as Michael said, like Dark Fortress is teaching him about English.
Absolutely.
And that's
I
what we're finding
didn't-
out right now, too.
We're finding out about like Ylem and other things in
Yeah.
English. I remember the first time I learned the word queries was from a non-English speaker. So that was really interesting.
Right.
So like it's so cool being able to dive into these myths and legends in such a fantastic, entertaining, and beautiful way with how dark this band puts it through.
And they have blistering riffs the whole time.
Oh
So that,
my
that made me
God.
so happy as well. So thank you so much for Dark Fortress. Again, Michael, hopefully you had a good time with this reaction and Chronicles. Hopefully you did too. Please go over to Dark Fortress's channel and give them a subscribe if you can to help them out. And if you had a good time with us and you're not part of our family yet, I think you know what to do. But we are now exiting the rabbit hole, folks.
Thank you so much, Michael C., for bringing Dark Fortress back down the rabbit hole. This was an absolute treat. Peace and love, everyone.
God bless y'all.
Take care, and bye for now.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.
Special thanks to all of our YouTube, Patreon, and Buy Me a Coffee members. Thank you for all of your support.
Thank you so much for making it all the way to the very end of the video. And if you have not yet done this, here's an easy way to subscribe to our channel. And if you want to subscribe to the artist that you just heard, here's an easy way to do that as well.
And if you are also interested in finding a video that you might like, just click here. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. Peace and love, everyone.
God bless y'all.
Take care. Bye for now.